When you download the iHeartRadio app and put the W. Dean Shook Show on your list of stations, you will prove to the world that you're a little bit smarter than everyone else. The W. Dean Shook Show, your connection to the signs of the times.
Now, you have a source for the truth in the news. W. Dean Shook, End Time News. Your connection to the signs of the times.
Well, folks, here we go again with another update about more scandals, more lies, more deception. And I'm your host, W. Dean Shook. Welcome to End Time News. And, of course, I get just as tired of reporting this stuff as you do of hearing it. Well, here's this shocker. Seized Benghazi suspect worked for the U.S. Benghazi suspect Ahmed Abu Khattallah, seized by the U.S. on Sunday, once served as a key conduit in an effort staged by the U.S. and Arab interests to aid insurgents fighting in Libya and later in Syria, according to an informed Middle Eastern security official. It was not immediately clear whether Khattallah himself worked directly with the Americans or if he knew he was part of an effort that involved the U.S. He did, however, receive funds for his participation in a nexus coordinated by the U.S., the Saudis, Turkey, and other Arab countries to recruit the fighters that ultimately toppled Gaddafi's regime. Khattallah, the senior leader of the Benghazi branch of the Ansar al-Sharia terrorist organization, was later instrumental in helping to recruit fighters from inside Libya to travel to Syria to aid in the insurgency targeting Syrian President Assad's regime in 2011, the official said. Khattallah's participation came to a grinding halt following the September 11, 2012 Benghazi attacks in which he was accused of participating. Ansar al-Sharia was not yet declared a terrorist organization by the State Department during the period of Khattallah's alleged work to help recruit Mideast rebels. Prior to the Benghazi attack, the U.S. relationship with those linked to Khattalah's group was so comfortable that it was the February 17th Martyrs Brigade, that Ansar al-Sharia offshoot, that officially served as armed quick reaction forces within the U.S. Special Mission in Benghazi. Folks, you need to go to the website and get the full details of this story. Read this story in full. It's going to shock you. WDeanshook.com. This story is the top story on the left-hand side. Go read the details of this. And there's even more to come. It seems that the U.S. has trained the ISIS at a secret Jordan base. Members of the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant, or ISIS, were trained in 2012 by U.S. instructors working at a secret base in Jordan, according to informed Jordanian officials. The official said dozens of ISIS members were trained at the time as part of a covert aid to the insurgents targeting the regime of President Assad in Syria. The official said the training was not meant to be used for any future campaign in Iraq. The Jordanian official said ISIS members who received U.S. training to fight in Syria were first vetted for any links to extremist group like Al-Qaeda. In February of 2012, WND was first to report the U.S., Turkey, and Jordan were running a training base for the Syrian rebels in the Jordanian town of Safwa in the country's northern desert region. That report has since been corroborated by numerous other media accounts. Last March, the German Weekly reported Americans were training Syrian rebels in Jordan. Quoting what is said were training participants and organizers, they reported it was not clear whether the Americans worked for private firms or were with the U.S. Army. But the magazine said some organizers wore uniforms. The training in Jordan reportedly focused on use of anti-tank weapons. The German magazine reported some 200 men received their training over the previous 3 months amid U.S. plans to train a total of 1,200 members of the Free Syrian Army in 2 camps in the south and the east of Jordan. Britain's Guardian newspaper also reported last March that U.S. trainers were aiding Syrian rebels in Jordan along with British and French instructors. Reuters reported a spokesman for the U.S. Defense Department declined immediate comments on the German magazine report. The French Foreign Ministry and Britain's Foreign and Defense Ministries also would not comment. The Jordanian official spoke to WND amid a concern that sectarian violence in Iraq will spill over into their own country as well as into Syria. ISIS previously posted a video on YouTube threatening to move on Jordan and slaughter King Abdullah, whom they view as an enemy of Islam. WND reported last week that according to Jordanian and Syrian regime sources, Saudi Arabia has been arming the ISIS and that the Saudis are a driving force in supporting the Al-Qaeda-linked group. And moving on, the Phoenix VA gave out $10 million in bonuses in the last 3 years, this according to the Air Force Times. Newly released records show the Phoenix VA healthcare system paid out roughly $10 million in bonuses during the last 3 years, where some staff manipulated patient wait time records to trigger bonuses as veterans died waiting for care. The Arizona Republican, after asking for bonus records for the last 10 times since March, obtained the data Friday from the Department of Veterans Affairs under the Federal Freedom of Information Act. Bonus payouts increased significantly under Sharon Hellman, who became director of the Phoenix VA in February of 2012. She was placed on administrative leave last month with 2 other top staff members amid accusations of mismanagement stemming from the bonus scandal. Hellman could not be reached, but previously has said that she was unaware of fraudulent record-keeping or patients' deaths caused by delays. Records show 4,188 bonuses were paid over the past 3 fiscal years to more than 2,150 employees, including doctors, nurses, administrators, secretaries, and cleaners. Nearly 650 VA employees received a bonus in each of those 3 years. The VA has about 2,500 employees. The bonus total increased from $2.5 million in 2011 to $3.5 million in 2012, $3.9 million in 2013. The figures obtained by the Republic are much larger than figures previously reported online by 2 watchdog groups. The VA Employee Recognition and Awards Program provides an entire range of awards to recognize employees who make contributions that support goals and objectives across the facility. Roughly half of the Phoenix bonus payments went to doctors as part of a physician performance pay program. The issue of bonuses being paid to VA staff while veterans were denied care has infuriated the public and members of Congress who are trying to suspend the practice. They said awarding bonuses to anyone who knew about misleading data and hidden lists is infuriating. The VA should fire those who knowingly participated in corruption and should overhaul its appointment scheduling system so that veterans, not financial rewards, are the priority. And let's move on to one from True News. Now, this one shouldn't surprise you. It's about our friend Hillary Clinton, who wants automatic weapons banned, says gun owners terrorize the majority of people. During a June 17th CNN town hall, Hillary Clinton said she wants to implement an assault weapons ban and high-capacity magazine ban to keep people from entering school property with an automatic weapon to murder innocent children, students, and teachers. In the video of the event, a Maryland school teacher asked Hillary if she thought banning assault weapons or high-capacity magazines would do any good. Hillary said yes, and then she expounded. First of all, I think as a teacher, or really any parent, what's been happening with these school shootings should cause everybody to just think hard. We make hard choices. We balance competing values all the time. I was disappointed that Congress did not pass universal background checks after the horrors of the school shootings at Sandy Hook, and now we've had more in the time since. And I don't think any parent, any person, should have to fear about their child going to school or going to college because someone, for whatever reason, psychological, emotional, political, ideological, whatever it means, could possibly enter the school property with an automatic weapon and murder innocent children, students, and teachers. And Hillary Clinton went on to say, we cannot let a minority of people hold a viewpoint that terrorizes the majority of people. She concluded, my view is, yes, we need to thrash this out in a political realm, but the vast majority of Americans, even law-abiding gun owners, want background checks that work, information that's shared immediately, and awareness that's going to have to do a better job protecting the vast majority of our citizens, including our children, from that very, very small group that's unfortunately prone to violence. Now, with automatic weapons, can wreak so much more violence. Well, unfortunately for Hillary, this statement has yielded yet another gaffe for her book launch press blitz. No one is using automatic weapons, which are already illegal, in school shootings. Secondly, Senator Joe Manchin, author of the Manchin-Toomey gun control bill that didn't pass, admitted that this bill would not have stopped these horrendous crimes in Sandy Hook Elementary. Breitbart News has reported that the bill would not have stopped the attack at Santa Barbara, Troutdale, Oregon, Fort Hood, or the Aurora Theater, among other crimes either, because automatic weapons are already illegal. And let's discuss what we can do as Americans to start making a change. We have to start somewhere. Let's start with abortion. We have a chance to make a difference right now. Maybe Americans could be a little bit motivated if we started making small changes that are very, very important and see that we actually do have the power to stand up and do this. 3 senators support late-term abortion. They're up for re-election. What will you do? According to Life News, sometimes pro-life people wonder what they can do to really make a difference when it comes to protecting unborn babies from abortion. This election season, pro-life voters have a real opportunity to save unborn children by taking the Senate away from pro-abortion Senator Majority Leader Harry Reid and defeating pro-abortion senators who support late-term abortions. On today's 1-year anniversary of the passage of the Pain-Capable Unborn Child Protection Act in the U.S. House of Representatives, Women Speak Out PAC, a partner of the National Pro-Life Susan B. Anthony list, blasted Senator Mary Landrieu, Democrat from Louisiana, Mark Pryor, Democrat from Arkansas, and Kay Hagan, Democrat from North Carolina, for their refusal to support the bill. The group pledged to educate voters about their extreme record on abortion and failure to support the bill to protect babies at 5 months, more than halfway through their pregnancy. Scientific research shows that at 5 months, the unborn child can feel the excruciating pain of death by abortion. Mark Pryor said Women Speak Out PAC President Marjorie Dannenfelser, a year ago today, the House took action to protect these children. Harry Reid's pro-abortion Senate, on the other hand, has refused to move, despite the fact that the majority of Americans oppose this barbaric practice. This is especially true of voters in pro-life states like Arkansas, Louisiana, and North Carolina. Women Speak Out PAC is already setting up field offices across 3 battlegrounds and plans to mobilize thousands of pro-life volunteers between now and Election Day. They say we will expose Senator Hagan, Landau, and Pryor to their extreme abortion positions, urge voters not to support candidates who refuse to stand up for pro-life values. She concluded, we need thousands of emails to Capitol Hill so the Senate can hear us loud and clear. 18,000 babies' lives could have been saved this year. Enough is enough. Vote on the Pain-Capable Unborn Child Protection Act. The Senate needs to move on this. Today, Senator Pryor once again refused to support the current legislative proposal to protect pain-capable children, saying that he is skeptical of the current bill. Senator Landau also repeatedly opposed the legislation, saying it's not the norm for babies born at 20 weeks to live outside the hospital. Senator Hagan's spokeswoman confirmed last year that she vehemently opposes the Pain-Capable Abortion Child Protection Act. The House made history, passing one of the best national protections for unborn since Roe v. Wade. It makes a tremendous step forward as we work to save all mothers and babies from the horrors of abortion. This is an American genocide. 1.4 million abortions every year in America alone. This is an American genocide. Obama's pro-abortion Senate still hasn't voted on the Pain-Capable Unborn Child Protection Act. This year, 18,000 babies died in violent, painful abortions after 20 weeks. And Obama's Senate refuses to even allow a vote to save them. This is our chance, America. This is our chance as Christians to stand up and do the right thing. Let's get these people out of office. Thank you for joining me on this update. I appreciate it so very much. And you can email me at contact@wdeanshook.com. And you can visit the website. I encourage you to, where you'll get live breaking news streamed live at the bottom of the webpage. And our sponsors, GoDaddy.com. Please visit our sponsors. Help keep this program alive. I'll see you on our next update. Thank you.
You can get these full stories and more at wdeanshook.com. That's wdeanshook.com.